BBC Radio Northampton.
Amazing story I'm going to bring you later. The Half Moon in Grendon, you would have heard this in your bulletins with Liz. They've decided that as long as people are prepared to buy a hot drink for £1.50, people can come and sit in the pub when it's cold if they want to, and they can charge up their devices, for example, as well, to save on their electricity at home. Anne Hughes is the landlady there. We're going to go and speak to Anne a bit later on in the programme. The pub in Northamptonshire wants to help. They want to help by letting people come to the pub to enjoy the warmth of the pub, and to do so, all they have to do really is just buy a hot drink. It's going to cost £1.50. It's the Half Moon in Grendon. Has said that people can charge up their devices at the venue as well to save on their own electricity costs, and generally making the building even more a public space than it already is. Well, Anne Hughes is the landlady at the Half Moon in Grendon. Good morning to you, Anne.
Good morning.
A very early morning, I imagine, for you as a publican. You were probably up quite late as well. I don't know whether you open on a what day is it today?
Yeah.
Whether you open on a Tuesday.
I open every day. Yes, and I look up about 11 o'clock,
Right.
and I start about 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, blimey.
A lot of it is due to the increase in in electric and gas and everything going up. I do a lot myself now.
Right.
A lot more than what we used to do. We do landladies, landlords. We do a lot ourselves now. We have to.
So you were up on Tuesday night till 11 o'clock, and then up again the crack of dawn today, Wednesday, to continue. Well, I understand that life is very tough for pubs at the moment, and indeed all businesses. So even more remarkable that you're offering so much generosity to your customers. Where did this idea come from?
Well, it stemmed from a few months ago, just cutting some costs down, going to suppliers and trying to, because obviously COVID and the increase in prices of everything, beer, everything. So I approached suppliers and said, how can I cut costs? So we cut costs and we cut our menu prices down. And then now everyone's gas, electric has gone up. It just works for us. It's another way of bringing people here, highlighting the pub. Even if they're spending £1.50, the atmosphere is great. People then come into a place with a good atmosphere.
Have you noticed, as the months have worn on, I guess post-pandemic, and I say post-pandemic, post the real heat of the pandemic, have you noticed that the number of people coming in has remained stable, or has it dropped as people are spending less?
No, it's definitely dropped. I walked through the village the other day, and people are all in their gardens, rightly so. They love their families and things, but everybody has changed. Whereas before, people would bring their families into the pub. They just can't afford that now, And then when their families go, they feel a bit alone, so they can come down here and talk to us. And it's just a family place that people can come, and they don't feel alone.
I know that some pubs are owned by breweries, and often it's the big breweries that take some of the liability for the bills and the rents and things like that, and you feel as though as a publican you've got a big corporation behind you. And of course there are other pubs that are very much just run by individuals and families. I don't know what your situation is and how acute you personally are finding the cost of everything going up, how badly it's affecting you.
Yeah, well, I'm completely on my own because I don't have a brewery behind me. I used to, the other pub I had, and yes, you're right, the breweries do step in and help a little bit. They don't want to see their pub shut. But I'm sitting here quite alone, not knowing what's going to happen in the future, just fighting day by day, looking at everything, cutting everything, thinking I can't cut that, but I can cut this, and that's all you can do. I'm afraid we just have to ride the storm and see who survives at the end, That's literally all we can do at the moment.
Can you give us any figures just to give us a sense of how much your current electricity bill is, for example, what it's predicted to go up to, what the difference is going to be?
Yeah, well, my electric bill was before was sort of 6 to 10,000 a year, It's gone up to 14,000, and then it's predicted to go up from to 22,000, and then on to possibly 30,000.
I mean, I'm just staggered. I mean, that's insane.
That's just the electric. The gas used to be 4,000. I've got less gas here. It could go up to 16,000, but we haven't had confirmed figures yet of what it will go up to. The beer's gone up as well. That's gone up twice this year, the barrel price. So that is exactly that. If I put my prices up now, I'm going to see a drop, and I can't do that. I can't see a drop because I'll never survive then. So it's all about looking at everything, cutting as many costs as possible in other ways, and I think it's also opening up as a tea room as well. It's kind of brought different people in. It's not just about beer. I mean, we probably make more money on a cup of tea now, unfortunately, than we do a beer.
Well, Anne, we'll stay in touch. I applaud what you're doing, and it's a great resource for the people of Grendon. More power to you. I hope the business is as good as it possibly can be, and that the worst predictions about the cost of energy are overinflated.
BBC Radio Northampton.